Once it lifts up into place, we can set all of these other hooks. Now what I'll probably do before I lift it the rest of the way up, that's where I'll get this window pin into the right place, because it's probably easier when the actuator's down here to get it all into place and then guide it back up. So pretty straightforward, just takes some detailed work. I'm going to wipe this down again a little bit. I still have whatever was in the old actuator, which is probably what killed it. Some really weird oily goop. But I'm going to work and get the new actuator in, and then I'll show you how I got all the cables reconnected and how you can do this yourself. So I just noticed something. So I pulled the new actuator back out because as I was putting it in, and like I said, it sits in this orientation. Here's the switch or where it plugs in at the bottom. That there was a plastic piece right here at the top of this curve, right here, that as I was working it into place, this plastic piece had popped out of place of where it was trying to make it around this corner, right? This corner right here being pretty tight. So I looked at this plastic piece and I looked at the old one that I pulled out of the door. The old one I pulled out of the door is shaped exactly the same, except it's metal. So what I'm going to do in this case is I'm going to take the metal one out of the old one, because what I noticed is that the metal one's got a big scrape right here, and this is no doubt for me taking it out, right? So I think the metal one's going to be stronger. So if you've got, when you pull your old actuator out, check this plate right here, and like I said, it just pulls out with your fingers. Check this plate right here and see if yours is metal, and if so, I'm going to use the metal one because I think it's going to be stronger. It sits in essentially about the same, but it's not going to get as banged up as I try to get it around this corner and around the window guides.